friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. Every single week, I post a new pick a card reading that you, the viewer, get to vote for. So if you are into tarot, if you are into pick a card readings, stick around, consider subscribing. This week, we are looking at your holiday love story, and I have three options for you. Option number one is the Lover's card from the Wild Reflections Tarot. Option number two is the Two of Cups from the Seer's Tarot. And option number three is the Lover's card from the Unfolding Path Tarot. So pause the video if you need to. Ask yourself, angels, guides, higher self, whoever it is that you work with, which pile or maybe piles have a message for you. And let's talk about what you can expect in this reading. So for this reading, we are going to kick off by looking at your holiday energy. So the vibe that you're entering the season with. We're then going to move into your current frequency in love. So where your heart is at honestly at this time. Then we're going to look at who or what is going to approach you. So the person or energy moving towards you in love in this season, their intention. So what they want or hope for with you. The holiday spark. So what is a magical moment that is going to happen for you? Then we're going to look at what you're meant to open up to. So emotional or spiritual lesson of the holiday season and what's manifesting in this connection. So what is manifesting? What's going to happen here? How is the connection going to grow, or what becomes clear to you? And then we're gonna close it out with the outcome of your holiday love story. So where are things by the end of the season? I also have some pre-shuffled oracle cards that are going to be messages for you and about the connection or about your love life in this holiday season. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, stick around. We are about to get started. If this is where you leave me, I hope you have a wonderful week and I hope to see you soon. But let's jump into the reading. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be a reading if you were drawn to the Lover's card from the Wild Reflections Tarot deck. I'm going to place that right over there as a reminder. So as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning, which is timestamped below. It's going to tell you exactly what's going to be covered and the format it will be covered in. So I highly suggest that you check that out to figure out if this is the right reading for you. But we are going to start by looking at your holiday energy. So what's the vibe you're entering the season with? And let's take a look. And I will be shuffling live on camera, but these are just pre-shuffled. So we have Healer of the Ages. Ooh, okay. We also have 5th Chakra Archangel Gabriel. And we have Angel of Balance. Pile number one, I actually love this energy for you because coming into this holiday season, coming into this season in general, with these cards, I think you've been doing a lot of work and I think you've been doing a lot of healing. This is the energy of someone who knows exactly what they want, but this is also the energy of someone who isn't looking for it from a place of desperation or from a place of, I have to have this. Like there's a part of you that you know what you want, not only in your love life, but I think in life in general. I think this is a group where you've done so much healing on yourself. You've done so much work on yourself that you know what you desire and you know how you're going to get there. And you're in a place where you are able to go after it, where you are able to pursue exactly what you want. And you're able to do it in a way that is empowering and in a way that allows you to be, what's the word I want to use here? That allows you to be intentional and allows you to say, if I don't get exactly what I need or exactly what I deserve, I would rather not have anything at all, right? So that understanding of this is what I actually need for myself, this is what I deserve. So I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to engage in something that I know is not for me just for the sake of doing so, because I know that ultimately that wouldn't bring happiness. I also think that this is a group where you have taken a little bit of a time out to really focus on yourself and focus on figuring out, who am I? What do I want? And what do I actually need? Because sometimes what we want and what we need can be slightly different, or it can clash, right? But I think for my pile number ones, you are in a place where you are very empowered and you are approaching this in a very empowered way where you are being very clear. But also, there is a sense of peace here, I think, for my pile number ones of if I don't get exactly what I want, or if it doesn't show up right now, it doesn't mean that it's not going to show up. It means that it will. So there is a sense of peace. There is a sense of inner harmony. And I do think that there's almost like this radiance that you are radiating that I do think that this year, for some of you, you may even be attracting more people than you usually do, but you're also being very intentional when it comes to, do I really want to give this person the time of day? Do I really want to invest my time and energy into this situation? So there's a lot of just you being in control and you being in a place where you're very clear. And I also think that you are also in a place, pile number one, where you're able to ask for what you desire. You're able to really vocalize what you need. And I don't know that that's always been the case for all of you, where now you're more comfortable speaking your truth, asking for what you need, being direct and to the point. And I think that's part of your healing journey, is to say, this is who I am. This is my authentic self. This is me being vulnerable. And this would be what I would need in order to enter into a connection. And I do think you're communicating that not only to yourself, not only to the universe itself when you're asking for what you want, but I think that when you're going on dates, or when you're talking to someone, or when you're considering going on a date with someone, you are in a place where you're really leading with your truth and what you want, what you desire. And it's a very empowering thing that's coming up here for you. I also think that this group has done so much healing, I would say, on all the chakras, but especially the heart chakra and the throat chakra coming through here. And for my pile number ones, for most of you, if not all of you, there is a very specific desire, wish that you have wished for, I think, when it comes to love and relationships. And I do think that's what's being worked on. And I do think that you know that in your heart, that it's being worked on and that you will receive it. This is very beautiful energy, pile number one. But let's bring in the tarot deck. So we're going to look at your current love frequency. So where is your heart at, honestly, right? Like, where is your heart at, honestly, when it comes to love? For my pile number ones, what is my pile number one's current love frequency? Where is my pile number one's heart at, honestly, at this time? What's going on in my pile number one's heart at this time? All right, pile number one, let's take a look. Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil card. Very interesting. I want to see what else we have here. We also have the Ten of Swords. Okay. We have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Four of Wands. So pile number one, as far as where your heart is at currently, I do think there is a little bit of like conflicting energy here. I do think there could be a little bit of a back and forth, because I do think that mentally, spiritually, you do know what you want. You're holding out for what you want, and you do know that it's out there. I also think that when it comes to the emotions, for some of you, I would say for a grand majority of you, there is a sense of what I want is taking a while, right? Like I'm kind of a bit impatient. There's a little bit of like back and forth between I know what I want is out there. I know I have to be patient, but also I want it now, right? Like I'm ready for this now. I do think this also highlights all of the healing work that you have been doing as far as your heart space and as far as your love life and preparing for the things that you want to be able to receive what you want, to be able to pick out what you want, right? Like really pick it out, figure it out. So I do think for my pile number ones, as far as where are you at in your love frequency, where is your heart at, honestly, at this point in time, there is a little bit of like that back and forth, push and pull dynamic of, you know what you want it now. And I do think there is a part of you that is ready to receive what you are asking for. I also think that there's a part of you that is a bit frustrated at the fact that it's not showing up maybe in the time frame that you wanted it to, or it's taking a little bit longer to show up than what you would prefer. Now, with the 10 of Swords being here, I do think for my pile number ones, you've done so much healing that your heart is in a place where it's still going through the healing process, but that doesn't mean that you are not ready to enter into something, right? You can be in the process of healing, you can be in the process of working on something and still enter into a connection and have the right boundaries, have the right open communication, and it can be something beautiful. So for some of you, if you are in a place where you may be holding yourself back because you're not sure if you're 100% ready and there's a little bit of doubt with that, just know that I do think you would be in a good place to really enter into a connection and meet someone and be in a place where you can, how do I want to say this? Where you can really just work together, because I do think that you are in a place where you're able to welcome this in. And I think sometimes there could be a little bit of doubt, or there could be a level of, I want to make sure that I am fully ready. Yeah, that 5 of Wands. I also think that you are in a place, for some of you, not all of you, where you may be looking around you and like seeing that people are in relationships, people are getting engaged, people are getting married, people are, in a happy connection, in a happy relationship, as we are in the holiday season. And that can bring up, some feelings of like, why am I still waiting? Why not me? So I do think keeping yourself grounded can be very helpful in dealing with that. And I do think that just comes with the holidays, especially. I feel like that's always kind of highlighted in the holidays, because people do tend to, announce engagements, announce or get married around this time. So that can be a bit hard. But overall, pile number one, when it comes to where your heart is currently at, I do think that you are in a place where you are ready, where you are open. And I think that you are in a place where you do know what you want, you do know what you deserve, and it's about the timing, the situations aligning in a way that, that's going to work for you, that's going to work in what you desire and in what you want. And it's just about finding that perfect timing, finding that perfect situation that is going to bring that in for you, and being open to when that situation shows up in your life as well. Pile number one, let's take a look at who or what is going to approach you. So who or what is approaching my pile number ones this holiday season? Who or what is approaching my pile number ones this holiday season? For my pile number ones, who or what? Tell me about the who or the what. The who or the what. And I'm wording it that way just to kind of hold space for all possibilities. So let's take a look. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. Let's see what else we have here. We also have the Death card. We have the 9 of Swords. And we have the Hierophant. Okay, so pile number one, I think for some of you, let me look at what's underneath here. The Emperor. Okay. I think this is going to be a group that's kind of split into two. I do think for some of you, there is someone coming in by the end of the holiday season. I think that this has a potential for you to get to know this person or connect with this person. For some of you, it could very well be that, when you connect to this person, you end up just hitting it off and you have something that has the potential. For others of you, this could be somebody that maybe you already know or maybe you're already familiar with. For others of you, we're going to take a look at what the long-term potential is. I also think for some of you, for others of you, I should say, there is a possibility that it's not necessarily a person, but it's more of a realization. It's more of you gaining more information about yourself. So let's talk about it. So for those of you where this is a person, it feels like this kind of comes in out of nowhere. So for some of you, it could be reconnecting with someone. If you are in a place where there's no one from your past that you would reconnect with, this message does not apply to you. But for those of you that do know someone and it's like, if they would pop up, this could be a reconnection. I do think there is a possibility for you to have a little bit of like a reconnect, get back together. It could be more of like a little bit like of a fling or just like, let's try to get to know each other. For those of you that don't know anyone, and this is talking about someone new, but someone that you don't already know, I do feel this also has a little bit of that same flavor of like, it just feels like it comes out of nowhere. And it does feel like it's going to move very slow. I do feel that's true for everybody in this group. Like, this doesn't feel like a super fast moving type of thing. It just feels like you meet this person or you reconnect with this person. And it's a little bit of, if I'm honest, a little bit of like a, let's just see where this goes. And a little bit of like a, I'm open to this. I'm open to seeing what's going on here. But it does feel like it's very slow moving. Now, for others of you, I don't think this is a person. I think this is more about you and your current healing cycle and where you are at and where you are going with yourself. So this is more about you, yourself, and your current energy coming through. And for those of you where this is about yourself, I do think what you are experiencing this holiday season is more of you trying to really work through more of like, who am I? What do I want? And also dealing with some things that are coming up for yourself. I do think for some of you, what this holiday season is going to bring in is a little bit of like a aha moment or more clarity as far as what you want overall and what you desire and maybe the things that are getting in the way of that. I do think there could be a level of recognition. And for someone here, it could be that like somebody from your past comes back in and it's not even let's work on things. It's let's have a conversation. Let's clear the air. Or there's some sort of like catalyst that leads to you having some sort of information that helps you moving forward. So if I'm honest, I think it's kind of split. I think for some people, it's going to be somebody that you already know. I think for a few people, it's going to be somebody new. And I think for about half of you, it's probably going to be just you going through this process by yourself and you learning more about yourself, you connecting to yourself at a deeper level. And that could be kind of something that happens as a result of connecting with someone new and kind of just figuring out more about yourself and what you want and what you don't want. Or this just could be because you're spending the holiday season on your own. So what is the intention? What is the intention here? And we are going to read this as well for the people that this is not about someone else. But we're going to ask about the intention. If this is a person or even if it's not a new person, what is the intention here? What is the intention here? Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. We also have the Empress. We have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Five of Cups. So, pile number one, regardless of whether this is a person or this is more of your own journey and you connecting with yourself, you learning more about yourself, and you staying on the journey that you've been on for the holiday season, I think the overall intention here is to help empower you, to help you grow, and to help you feel more confident. So, let's talk about it. For those of you where this is about someone else coming in, you connecting with someone else, there is an energy here of this is meant to be something that is going to give you a boost of confidence. And I do think that if this is about a different person, the intention here is to really try to build something with you. And I do think the intent here is also to experience some sort of healing. So if I'm being honest, I do think for my pile number ones, it's going to be very, very few of you where if you are connecting with someone, it's someone that you don't already know. Because I do think for a good number of you, if this is about a different person, it's somebody that you already have either some sort of history with, or you know this person, like maybe it's a friend that's trying to take things to the next level. Maybe it's someone that has been in your circle and it's never gotten there, but they want to try things out, because it does feel like this person's intention, if this is a person, is to build something, is to have success with you, and it's to have a new start with you. And I do think that also involves a level of healing the past or moving forward from the past in some way. And I do think that if this is somebody that you already know, or even if you don't already know them, I do think they do understand that what you're looking for is something more long lasting, or at least that is your overall intention. So I don't think this is someone that would want to waste your time. This feels like someone who really has a very clear desire to try to build something very successful, to try to see where things go. And they're coming in with an open heart and with good intentions. And I do think part of that is them really putting the cards on the table and telling you what they want, ideally what they would want, and you doing the same thing. So this does feel like a very honest interaction, and this feels like an interaction that is very intentional, very focused. And we're going to look at what could be the outcome of this. Now, for those of you where this isn't about a person, this is about some sort of realization, this is about a connection, a deeper connection to self. This is more about yourself. I do think the intention behind this, or the hope that is coming through with this, is empowerment of self, and it's also to help you along the way. So if it's not that you connect with someone this holiday season, but that you end up getting more of like an inner knowledge, or more healing, or more of a deeper connection to self, or you become like, you just get more clarity on where you are going from here. I think the intention was exactly that. It was to empower you. It was to help you kind of open a new chapter, because for some of you, you were or still are in the middle of closing one of your chapters and opening a new one. So it could be that there was some sort of like just wrapping things up and just doing what needs to be done to get to the next level. That's coming through as well here. So I think regardless, this is meant to propel you, to put you on a new path. And for those of you where you kind of connect with someone and it doesn't end up really going anywhere long term, that was also supposed to just give you more information. And I think even if this is a fling, or if this is something that you realize like this isn't going to really go anywhere long term, there is an opportunity here to have fun, to have a good time, to build up your confidence, to get more information as far as what you want long term. So it doesn't feel like it's a waste of time in that sense. Like regardless, you are getting something out of this. So for my pile number ones, what is the holiday spark? What is a magic moment this holiday season for my pile number ones? For my pile number ones, tell me more about my pile number one's holiday spark. A magical moment they can look forward to this holiday season. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor card. We also have the Six of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. That's what I think, pile number one. I think that regardless of how this plays out in your love life, and I do think for some of you, you are kind of in a place where you are really looking forward to your love life going to the next level. But I think what's going to be very beautiful about this holiday season and very magical about this holiday season is regardless of what happens in your love life, regardless of what happens in your relationships, there is a part of you that is feeling so much more confident, so much more secure in yourself, and so much more at peace, probably than you ever had in a holiday season. So if you are typically someone that struggles with the holiday season, it feels like this year you're going to be in a place where you're going to be comfortable. You're going to be feeling grounded. You're going to be feeling good regardless of what happens. It's like no one is going to be able to take you out of your element. No one is going to be able to push your buttons. And you are in a place where you're just be able to be present and really enjoy yourself. And even if you have some sort of things with family where you don't always enjoy the holidays, you're able to build something for yourself that feels almost very magical because of it's not the norm, it's not the usual. So what's beautiful for this pile is that I don't think it's just one moment, and I don't think it's an outside thing as much as it's your connection to yourself and how you are feeling about the entire process. And it feels like regardless of what happens, regardless of anyone else, this is a brand new start for you. This is a brand new approach for you. And that's beautiful. And I also think that that's why this specific pile isn't as focused on anyone else as it is on you, because regardless, this is about your experience, how you are feeling, and you're going to be more sure of yourself. And even when you're going through those moments of discomfort, or if you are in your feels for a little bit, it's like you're able to bounce out of that and go back into that sense of inner peace. And I do think pile number one, regardless of what happens this holiday season, if you meet someone, if you reconnect with someone, if you end up kind of doing the holidays on your own this year, there is a lot of success coming through here for you. It's going to feel successful. It's going to feel good. And I do think you're going to be able to spend time with loved ones. You're going to be able to even build your own traditions for those of you that would be what you would be seeking out. If you know that your family isn't always the most peaceful place to be, it's almost like I'm going to build my own thing. I'm going to do my own thing. Or there is a moment of healing between you and family, which allows you to have a very beautiful holiday season. Let's take a look at what you're meant to open up to in this holiday season. So emotionally, spiritually, what are you meant to open up to this holiday season? For my pile number ones. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the World card. Yeah, I do feel for this group, this is kind of like the transition. You've been working very hard. You've been doing a lot of inner work, and it feels like for some reason this transition is going to be complete in this holiday season. It's almost like this is you going from before and moving into the present moment, moving into the after. We also have the Knight of Wands, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Tower card. Yeah, so pile number one, what you're meant to open up to this holiday season is change. What you're meant to open up to is going with the flow and allowing life to show you where you're meant to be. And I think for this group, a big important part of your experience this holiday season is going to be, prioritizing yourself, prioritizing your overall health, your overall well being, making sure that your mental health is good, making sure that you are good, doing what you know is right for yourself, as well as just allowing yourself to be different, to experience different things, and to be open up to different possibilities this holiday season, I think is going to be so important for this group. And I think spiritually speaking, you're going to be able to experience different things this holiday season where it's not going to be the same experience. It's not going to be the same old, right? This is a season where I think I said this earlier, where you can set new traditions, where you can do things differently, where you can even perceive what is happening around you in a different way. And one thing that this is really saying is open yourself up to the opportunities that show up, even if you don't know what they are, but you're curious. It's okay to kind of just be adventurous and to explore and to open yourself up to the possibility. So if you are asked out on a date and it's maybe not your usual type, maybe you want to say yes this holiday season. That could be something that you allow yourself to kind of experience, and it doesn't have to be something that goes somewhere, or maybe it could be something that goes somewhere. But I think what you're really meant to open yourself up to this holiday season emotionally is opportunity, and being in a place where you're also prioritizing yourself so that you're not putting yourself in places or spaces that cannot appreciate you, that are just going to bring heaviness to you. So even prioritizing what you're doing, like if you are the type that you're scrolling on social media and you're seeing things that instead of inspiring you, they are upsetting you, being in a place where you can say, you know what, this isn't the space for me right now. Let me do something else. Let me prioritize myself and something else for myself. So empowering yourself is going to be very important this holiday season, and being in a place where you can do that for yourself. And the Three of Wands, being open to the opportunities, being open to the unexpected for this group as well. And being open to doing things in a different way. So what can manifest in this connection or in this situation? Because I know for some of you, we didn't really pick up on a connection. So what can manifest as a result of this? We are going to ask the connection question, and we are going to also read it for those of you where it's not about a specific connection. So bottom of the deck, the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords. So pile number one, for those of you where you meet someone or you reconnect with someone, I do think what can manifest in this connection is a sense of, for some of you, I do think it can be very romantic, and I do think it can carry over after the holiday season. I have to say that because I see it. For others of you, this could be something that ends up turning into a friendship where, maybe we got to know each other, maybe we reconnected and realized that we are not ideal as romantic partners, but there is that level of enjoyment. Like I do think for my pile number ones, if you have a connection or some sort of reconnection with someone, there is a level of you truly having a good time and being able to enjoy yourself. I also do think that for those of you that do connect with someone, there is an opportunity for you to kind of like almost cross a threshold of like, I'm no longer as nervous. So I'm almost wondering for some of you if this connection is the first connection in a very long time. Like maybe you've been single, you've been doing your own thing for a while, and this comes in and you're able to connect, and it feels like very empowering in that way of like, that wasn't as scary, or that was like a very good, that was a very good time. But for some of you, I do think this could kind of stand the test of time and this could go beyond the holiday season. For others of you, this feels more of like a little bit like of a fling energy or a very short lived type of energy. I'm wondering if some of you are going to be on vacation or you're going back home and you're having a little bit of like a reconnection, maybe with like an old flame that lives somewhere else or maybe in your hometown, because some of this is giving a little bit of that energy. And it really kind of helps you kind of build your confidence up and just, again, kind of get to the other side of that wasn't so hard and that was a good time. So for some of you, it's, we are going to try to continue and maybe build something together as we move out of the holiday season. For others of you, it's like, this was fun while it lasted, but it's probably not going to last. And for those of you where this wasn't about connecting to someone else, I do think that you're just in a place where you're more grounded. And I do think for those of you that don't connect with someone in a romantic sense, there is going to be a lot of opportunities for you to spend time with friends and family and loved ones, especially friends are coming through here. But I think regardless, it's going to help you, regardless of where you fall, you come out of the season with more confidence and with some sort of clarity as far as your love life. That's what's coming through pile number 1. So what is the outcome of your holiday love story? What is the outcome of this holiday love story? For my pile number 1, so what is the outcome of this holiday love story? Let's take a look here. What is the outcome here? Bottom of the deck, the Page of Swords. Again, that realization, that clarity, that aha moment, that having new information or more information coming through here. We also have the Three of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Pile number 1, regardless of where you fall on this, the outcome of your holiday love story is you feeling more in tune with yourself and you having more clarity. For those of you where you meet someone or you reconnect with someone and you decide to keep going, it feels like you just have more of an understanding and you know where things are going to go. Like there's some sort of talk where it's either, we are going to make things official or maybe we are going to continue to date and try things out. But there's some sort of like very clear objective that you're working towards. For those of you where it's about you kind of just being single and you're kind of going through it on your own and you're exploring, you're spending time with loved ones, your outcome at the end of this is more clarity. Regardless of where you fall on this, it's more understanding of self and more of a clear vision of what comes next. Like you're gonna know, come January, come February, March, whatever the month is, I know where I'm headed and I have a very clear picture of what that is going to look like for me. And it's me embarking on this new journey. And it does feel like, I know, the holiday season ends the year and then we move into the new year, but it's very significant for this group that there is a very clear ending and new beginning that happens. Pile number 1, let's see what we have for you when it comes to Oracle card messages. So we have leave your fears behind. They are stopping this relationship from blooming. So I did say that. I do think for some of you, maybe it's that you've been single for a while and you've been doing a lot of self-focus, a lot of work on self. But it does feel to some extent that for some of you, you are in a place where this holiday season is more about you putting yourself out there, you being open to new experiences, you being open to new connections. And I think that's why for this group especially, it's not as important who you're going to meet or what comes of that, because that wasn't the focus of this reading. The focus of this reading ended up being you, because that's the main focus at this time. We also have Twin Flame. This person is your mirror soul. This is why this connection feels so sacred to you. Now, for some of you, it could be that there is a reconnection with a divine counterpart or a twin flame, or maybe you meet them. I would say for many of you, this twin flame card is talking about your connection to self and the type of development that you're going to have when it comes to your connection to self. Then we have open your eyes. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. So for some of you, if somebody's trying to come back in, just make sure that you're seeing not only what they're saying, but what they're doing. Remember that, actions is a very clear language, and sometimes people say one thing, but then they do another thing. But this is also really saying, make sure that you are honoring your overall idea, because when we started this, I said it, for this group, you know what you want, you know what you need. Trust that. Trust yourself, and don't accept any less than that. While it's okay to explore and go on a date or get to know someone or give someone a shot, if you know they're not for you, trust and honor that. Obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement, and I do think this is just speaking to all of the healing work that you have been doing. Pile number 1. Then we have soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you unconditionally. So we do have the twin flame and soulmate card coming out for this group. So I do think this is confirmation that even if you don't meet them by the end of the holiday season, this person is out there. And then we have release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. So just being present where you are at, going with the flow, being in a place where you can enjoy yourself, but at the same time, you're still honoring yourself and your needs. And pile number 1, I did pick this card for you, which is not necessarily about your love life. It's just advice for you or a message for you at this time. And we have Magdalene with you are stronger than you think. Let me, for this one, I am going to read from the book because I think it's perfect. And it is from the Love Your Inner Goddess by Alana Fairchild. So let's take a look at what this says. So pile number 1, it says, you can experience a feeling of being completely reborn, like a mythical phoenix rising from the ashes of what once was, the past completely burned away. It is not about forgetting the past, but it is the reality that the past doesn't have any hold over you. You are being given a spiritual blessing from deep within your heart to cast off anything and everything without exception from the past that does not bring you peace. The universe wants to take it from you, so let it go. There is now a brand new you, clean, fresh, and ready to start again with the protective grace of the divine will all around you and within you, shining bright and true. Yeah, that's the thing, pile number 1. I think for this group, there's such a big message here about this being kind of a new cycle for you, where it feels like because you're in that transition still, I don't think for many of you the focus is going to be the other person, because I think your person, if I'm honest, for most of you, is not in this space, is not going to be found in this time frame. I think that what you can experience can be very beautiful, but I think overall the focus is on yourself. And I know that's probably not what some of you want to hear, but that's what's coming through. So pile number 1, let me know what you thought about this one. Claim it in the comments. I am stronger than what I think. I am stronger than what I think. That is your affirmation for the week. Claim it in the comments. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if it resonated for you in the comment section below. But pile number 1, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what else you'd like to see next in the channel if you have any suggestions for future readings. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the 2 of Cups from the Light Seer's Tarot. So, as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning, which is timestamped below. I highly suggest that you check that out because it's going to tell you what's going to be covered and the format it will be covered in. So, check that out. But to get started, we are going to start by looking at your holiday energy. So, what is the vibe you're entering the season with? Let's get started. So, pile number 2, we have envy. Okay. All right, here we are, yin yang. And we have magician and the mirror. Okay. So, pile number 2, as far as your current energy, the energy that you're entering the holiday season with, I think this is a group where you really know what you want as far as love and a relationship. And I do think there is a part of you that is a little bit frustrated. We have that envy card here, and I think this is more about, you know how like you look around and people have, it appears, I want to say it appears because sometimes appearances aren't what's true. But you look around and it feels like everybody found their person and everybody's either having babies or getting married or having a good time or traveling with their partner or maybe getting engaged. And it starts to feel, I think sometimes it can feel like, why not me? What's going on? Why is this not happening for me? And I think for my pile number 2s, you're in a place this holiday season where, for one, you are a little bit frustrated with that, right? You're frustrated that certain things haven't happened for you and you've been doing the right things, right? You've been doing the healing work. You've been putting yourself out there. You've been purposefully manifesting what you desire, but it still feels a little bit like, but it's not happening. I'm not getting the things that I want. And that can be very overwhelming, very frustrating, especially if you have, people in your life where it almost feels like they are showing off or they are maybe even asking you about why you're not at a specific place in your life yet. On the other side of that, I do think that you're in a place, and it's very interesting that we have the yin yang card in the middle because this is a very there's a lot of polarity here between where you are at this holiday season. Because on the other side of this, you know exactly what you want. You know exactly what you desire. You know what you're going for. And it's just a timing issue, right? It just feels like I'm doing everything right. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I'm putting myself out there. I am like checking off the boxes and doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but either I'm not running into the right person. So like maybe you are going on dates, maybe you are connecting with other people and putting yourself out there, but you're just not finding the right person for you. So that's why I say this could be a timing thing, right? Like I just haven't met the right person. Right person, right time hasn't happened for me yet. So there is a little bit of that coming through here as well. And I think going into this holiday season, for my pile number 2s, it's like you're trying to keep yourself centered. You're trying to keep yourself grounded. You're trying to put your best foot forward. But I do have to say, I do think there are some emotions that are kind of coming and going for my pile number 2s where it can feel overwhelming. It can feel like, a little bit of like an up and down, or like I'm having a very good day today, but maybe tomorrow I wake up and I'm not feeling so great. Or maybe yesterday was a terrible day, but today is a better day. So there is a little bit of like up and down energy that's happening here. And I do think that you're entering this holiday season, or you're in this holiday season trying to keep it together. And also, I do think there's a lot of responsibilities, right? I have to go get gifts if you celebrate in that way. Or, it's just busy, or maybe there's a lot of holiday parties, holiday events, or, it's just busier in the streets. It's just crazy at work, depending on what you do for work. But I do think for my pile number 2s, you're trying to keep it together, you're trying to find balance, and you're trying to enjoy yourself. And it just feels like it's a little bit of a push and pull dynamic of like, things are going great, things aren't going so great. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but you know what? I'm going to show up for the thing. I'm going to put myself out there. So it just feels like this is a little bit of like a overwhelming time, which I think is very normal for the holidays to be a little bit overwhelming or a little bit hectic or chaotic in some way. And that's kind of what's coming through here. So let's take a look at your current love frequency. So where is your heart at? Honestly speaking, where is your heart at this point in time? For my pile number 2s, where is my pile number 2's heart at? What's going on with my pile number 2's heart? What's going on with my pile number 2's heart? All right, let's take a look. Pile number 2, bottom of the deck, justice. Yeah, see how there's a lot of like, there's a lot of trying to keep things balanced. There's a lot of trying to find balance here for this group. I just moved every single card somehow, some way. There we go. So we have the Lovers card, 5 of Pentacles, Death and Rebirth. So pile number 2, as far as where your heart is currently at, where is your love frequency, there's a clear desire here. There's a clear desire for your soulmate. There's a clear desire for connecting with the right person. I absolutely think this is coming through, right? Like, you're looking for your person. You're looking for your soulmate, your divine counterpart, your twin flame, whatever label you choose to give that. You're looking for your other half, right? Like, you're looking for your person, your ideal person. At the same time, I also think that there's a lot of disappointment. There's a lot of frustration here. So this could be, we kind of talked about this earlier, but you know, I'm doing everything right. I'm putting myself out there. I'm trying to connect with my person. I'm trying to find my person. I'm trying to, you know, have the love, the romance connection that I'm looking for. And it just doesn't seem to be happening, right? So it just feels like I'm a bit like sad. I feel a little bit left out. You know, one of the things that the 5 of Pentacles stands for is missed opportunities, or feeling like you are left out in the cold. And I do think for my pile number 2s, there is a very clear, like, I just feel left out. And then we have the Death and Rebirth card. So I think that for my pile number 2s, you are in a place where your heart is really focused on what you want, but I also think that you're trying very hard to be present with where you are at and enjoy yourself in the present moment. And I think for some of you, it could be that maybe recently there was a breakup, or it, you know, you've been on your own and you lost somebody that maybe you did think was going to be the one for you. So I do think for some of you, you are in your feelings because part of what you thought you were going to have long term is not what you know, what you've ended up with. But also, at the same time, I do think that your heart is in a place where you are coming to terms with the changes and with your current reality and with what is going on in the present moment for you, and just trying to keep yourself present and figuring out where do you go from here. So for those of you where maybe there was recently a breakup, or this is your first holiday season being single, I do think that this is coming through and saying you're still going through that healing process, and you're still figuring out what it feels like to have this holiday season on your own and not have someone with you, or, you know, not have a person with you that maybe initially or throughout you thought was going to be the one, and it turned out that they're not the one. So there is a lot of like desire here for what comes next, but there is also a lot of feelings that are being had that are kind of heavy to carry. So, pile number 2, self-care, self-love is going to be very important, and leaning in on your circle, leaning in on the people that love you and care about you is going to be so important, because I do think for this group, there is a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of heaviness, but I do think there is a level of heaviness for this. And I do think that you are in a place where you are open to what's possible, and you're looking forward to meeting the person that is meant for you, meeting your soulmate. But it's also a little bit of like, I'm in my feelings that it hasn't happened yet, and that I ended up in this holiday season the way that I did, right? Like things, how I ended up here, whether it's I didn't meet the right person, or maybe there was someone that I thought was the right person, but they ended up not being that person for me. So there's a lot of that coming through. Pile number 2, who or what is going to approach you this holiday season? Who or what can come in for you? For my pile number 2s, who or what is approaching my pile number 2s? Who is the person or energy moving towards my pile number 2 this holiday season? Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Tower card. Okay, this may be unexpected. We also have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Justice card. Pile number 2, for some of you, you're going to have quite a few options. For some of you, you have at least one person that may try to approach you. Let's talk about it. So I do think that for my pile number 2s, there's something very unexpected here. There's something that is almost like going to be a little bit surprising about how this holiday season turns out for you. Because I think for some of you, you may be watching this and you're like convinced that you're not going to meet anyone, or you're not going to connect with anyone. And I do think you're going to be surprised, because I think for most of you, there's at least one person that you can connect with. Now, who are these people? For some of you, there may be a friend that comes in. This could be a friend or a coworker that comes in and they shoot their shot. And this could be someone that you've known for a while. This could be someone that is kind of just not even someone that you are thinking about in that way. Like, so it feels like there's a level of surprise to this person approaching you. And this could be somebody that you know as a friend. This could be somebody that is in a friend group. This could be a coworker. And it feels like they can come in and they can kind of just shoot their shot and put their, kind of like put the feelers out there to see where you are at, and if you would consider either going out with them, or if you would give them like the time of day in any capacity. So that's number 1. I think for some of you, that's going to be how it comes through. And this could be for those of you that are still in school, or that are in school in some way. It could even be like a classmate. It feels like a coworker, classmate, or a friend, or somebody who is adjacent to a friend group that comes in and they kind of shoot their shot. It could even be somebody that maybe like you follow each other on social media, and like they kind of come out of nowhere and they put it out there. Like they want to get to know you. They like you. They are interested in you. They want to see if you two can kind of go on a date, or at least get to know each other on a level of in a level of dating. Now I'm going to say the thing that is not what everybody loves, but it's here, so I have to say it. For others of you, this could be like an ex coming back in, or somebody that you have dated, somebody that you have been in a situationship with, somebody that you have had some sort of connection with. They can come back in and kind of put in an offer, and they can kind of just try to rekindle things. If I'm being honest, I think for most of my pile number 2s, you're not going for it. You don't want anything to do with it. Now, for others of you, it could be that you are out and about and somebody approaches you. But I think for most of you, the person or people that are going to be approaching you are already somewhat in your circle, whether it's through work, school, social media, through somebody that you are already friends with or friendly with. It feels like somebody in that sort of space is going to be coming through. And for some of you, it could even be like maybe you go to the same coffee shop or the same cafe or the same market, and like this person works there, or this person always sees you, or maybe at the bank, and like they kind of come at you in that way because it feels like this is somebody that has a crush on you. This is somebody that has had their eye on you and they're coming forward. And then for others of you, it feels like it could also, because it feels like two situations. It feels like it could also be an ex coming forward, or somebody that you have had a previous connection with coming forward to kind of shoot their shot, or to try to rekindle things in some way. You know what, pile number 2, like you're gonna be very much, people are gonna be trying to find you, and it's coming sooner than what you think. You don't see this one coming. It's gonna be a surprise. Let's take a look at what are their intentions. So what do they want or hope for? So the person or people that are going to approach you, what are the intentions here? What are the intentions with my pile number 2s for this person? What are this person's intentions with my pile number 2s? Strength card. We also have the Ace of Wands. Just realized I picked that up. We have the Five of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Pile number 2, there's going to be quite a bit of competition out for you. People want you. You are very much going to be, pile number 2, you are going to be popular. I'm going to put it that way. You're going to be popular, it feels like. So I think that first and foremost, I think that this person or people's intentions, because I think the intentions are very similar, their intention is just to put out there what they're feeling. And I do think that they're hoping for some sort of beginning with you, or a new beginning, depending on if this is somebody from your past that you have already had some sort of connection with. But it feels like this person is also like, if I don't shoot my shot, if I don't put this out there, pile number 2 is going to be scooped up by somebody else, and I'm never going to have a chance. So in some ways, it feels like this person comes forward because it's almost like they can no longer keep it to themselves, and they are in a place where they're realizing, like, if I don't do it now, I may never have the opportunity to do it. I also do think that this person's intentions are to potentially build something with you, to potentially make an offer of like something that feels very very secure. Like this feels like this would be somebody who's looking for dating, like serious dating, getting to know each other. Let's court one another. Like, let me court you. Let's really try to build something that can potentially stand the test of time. This doesn't feel like fling energy. This feels like I need to shoot my shot. I need to speak up, because if not, pile number 2 is not going to be available for long. So for some of you, pile number 2, if you were recently in a relationship, because I kind of got that energy at the beginning that some of you potentially, this is like, you know, your first holiday season where you're single, or you were in some sort of connection, and maybe this is like you've recently come out of it. It feels like this person is like finally having the opportunity that they were looking for, that they were desiring, and that is why they're going to speak up. But what they want, their intention, is to put their truth out there, but also to potentially build something with you, to like potentially build something that can stand the test of time. But part of what is propelling them forward is there's a lot of competition, and if I don't speak up, I'm never going to have the chance to speak up. So they do have that level of like pressure of like, I need to say something. And I do think that this person there has been a level of heartbreak that surrounds you that this person is aware of. So I do think they were giving it some time, but I also think that they don't want to miss this opportunity, and they know that they could potentially miss this opportunity, but they really like you. They really see you as someone who is very beautiful, very I would say with the Empress here, you are their dream person. You are the type of person that they dream of. Again, this person has very much like crush energy. And even if this is somebody from your past coming back in, they never forgot you. Like they haven't been able to move on from you, and they don't want to lose this opportunity. What is the holiday spark? So, what is a magic moment for my pile number twos? A magical moment this holiday season for my pile number twos. What is this holiday spark for my pile number twos? This magical moment this holiday season for my pile number twos. I will take this pile's getting all the cards today. King of Pentacles. What's interesting, pile number two, is that I don't think you see this coming. Six of Wands, yeah. The Sun card, yup. The Eight of Cups and the telling you have options, you have choices, you have people that are lining up for you. And I don't think you see it. I don't think you realize that this is happening. So pile number two, you're going to have to come back and report back. Or even if you already know what the energy is here, like who this could be, let me know in the comments. I love some tea. So pile number two, when it comes to your holiday spark, I think this is going to be a holiday season that is going to bring in a lot of opportunities for joy. I do think part of that joy is going to be the people that you're going to be able to connect with. Not only when it comes to romance, because I do think there's going to be some romantic offers that come up here. Like somebody's going to ask you out on a date. Somebody may even buy you a very nice gift. Somebody, like if somebody asks you out on a date, like they may show up with flowers, chocolate. They may show up with something that they know you really like. Like it feels like these potential suitors are coming in prepared because they've been thinking about this, they've been planning this. Even more so than that, this is going to be a very positive holiday season. And again, what's interesting is that I don't think you realize, or I don't think you are expecting it to be such a lovely season. So when it comes to friendships, when it comes to romantic relationships, just anything, like everything in general, there's a lot of like beautiful opportunity here. And you're going to have more choices. You're going to have more things to do, more people to connect with than what you realize. I also think that just if you are somebody that celebrates the holidays with like family and friends, I think it's going to be a very good season. Like it's going to be a very good time. And there's a lot of just connecting and truly being with people that enjoy being with you and that you enjoy being with them. And again, it doesn't just have to be in the romantic sense, because I think for this group, there's so much opportunity for connection and just being in a place where everything feels good. Everything feels like, you know, I'm exactly where I belong. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I'm just going with the flow is what's coming through here. Let's take a look at what you're meant to open up to. So emotionally, spiritually, what are you meant to open up to this holiday season? Emotionally, spiritually, what are my pile number twos meant to open up to? Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords. We also have the Five of Cups, the Fool card. And the Queen of Cups. Emotionally, you are meant to open up to the opportunities, possibilities, and to just being where you are at. Pile number two, I do think this is going to be a very healing season for you when it comes to your heart space and you're going to have opportunities to connect with people that you love and care about. And I think that that's going to be very healing. I also think that this is about you opening your heart to a brand new opportunity when it comes to love, when it comes to connections in general. It's about you being open to connecting with someone new, you being open to seeing what's out there, and you being open to considering what is coming up for you, right? Because I think for this group, there's more than one offer, there's more than one person, there's more than one person interested in you. So being in a place where you can open your heart and figure out what is right for you and what you want to explore and what you want to open yourself to as far as experience is going to be so important. And I think being honest with yourself about where you're at and how you are going to approach the opportunities that are showing up for you. And I think for some of you, if you are in a place where you're not ready yet, that's completely fine. For others of you, if you are in a place where you are ready and you want to explore, that is also fine. So for this group, it's really about opening up to the experiences that are going to show up for you and allowing yourself to be emotionally wherever it is that you are, right? If you have to be sad, if you have to be happy, if you have to take a time out, if you have to, speak your truth and tell somebody that maybe you are interested or you're not interested, whatever the case is, your job this holiday season is to open your heart up and be honest and be true to yourself and where you are at and enjoy yourself, have a good time. Just be spontaneous, be adventurous. Pile number 2, I really keep seeing this, but some of you don't see a true picture of yourself. You don't see how beautiful you are, how interesting you are. Some of you downplay all that you are. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised, because I think that if you open your heart to it and you allow it, you're going to see that people are very interested in you. Somebody has a big crush on this pile. There's a potential for 2 or more people, but one of those people, they've been looking at you. They've been daydreaming about you. They have been thinking about what could be. This is big crush energy. This person has a big crush on you. So what's manifesting in this connection? So as far as what can come in, what is manifesting in this connection? I'm going to do that again. What can manifest in this connection? How does this connection grow, or what becomes clear? And again, I do think pile number 2, you're going to have a choice. You're going to be able to choose between 1 to 2, maybe 3 people. Bottom of the deck, the 10 of Cups. Okay. We also have the Empress, we have the Moon card, and we have the 7 of Swords. So pile number 2, as far as what can manifest here, I think you're going to have truth. I think you're going to have somebody who is really going to lay their cards on the table and present to you what they want, what they desire. So this person, there's more than one person for most of you, but I think for most of you, both people are going to come in very clear, very intentional, and they're going to kind of lay their cards out on the table, and they're going to show you and tell you what they want. I do think that there is a possibility for this to be a romantic connection that really kind of, grows beyond the holiday season, something that, kind of starts in the holiday season, but something that can potentially stand the test of time, or, kind of go out of the holiday season and grow into something bigger. I do think that what happens here is going to be up to you and this person, but there is a lot of potential here. I also think that emotionally speaking, if you are in a place where you can welcome this in and you can open your heart to it, I think it can grow into something very beautiful. But I also think for my pile number 2s, it's about you being honest with yourself about where you are at and what you can give and what you truly want. But if both of you are in alignment, like if you both align to what you are open to and what you are desiring, this is something that has almost like an unlimited amount of potential. But you both have to be honest with each other and you both have to have an open heart to allow this to develop. And part of that is going to be, I think the ball is going to be in your court, pile number 2, and what you want to experience with this person. And it's going to be up to you how you allow them in, how you open your heart up to it. And if you truly want to give this a shot, if you truly want to give this a chance. Because I think for some of you, you may be in a place where like you want something, but maybe you're not fully in a place where you can welcome it in, or maybe, you really want something, but you're still kind of working your way through it, but being honest with one another. But there's a lot of potential here. And I think for others of you, this is something that is going to last a while, or maybe a lifetime, if that's what you want and that's what you're open to, because there's a lot of potential here. And this person does come in with a very open heart and with very good intentions. Let's take a look at the outcome of your holiday love story. For my pile number 2s, what is the outcome of this holiday love story? What is the outcome of this holiday love story for my pile number 2s? All right, pile number 2, let's take a look. Bottom of the deck, the 8 of Swords. We also have the 3 of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Pile number 2, I think for some of you, it's going to be a different message. Take the one that resonates. For some of you, this is you having a lot of healing in your heart and you moving forward with more, I want to say with more love and with like a more healed heart. Like you're coming into this with a little bit of heartbreak. You may be coming into this with a little bit of like just being frustrated, and you come out of this holiday season feeling more confident, feeling more secure, feeling more happy, feeling more comfortable. For others of you, I think that this holiday season is going to give you an opportunity to fully close out a chapter, a cycle with a specific person. And this could be you leaving this holiday season with a brand new beginning with someone else. This could be you leaving this holiday season by yourself. But for some of you, you're going to have an opportunity to really wrap something up, wrap up a cycle. And I think it could be with a very specific person. But there's also an opportunity for you to move forward with someone else, or even by yourself, with a more clear pathway forward. And I think it's going to be, again, take the one that resonates for you, because that's kind of the 2 possibilities that are coming up for me. But I do think this holiday season is going to bring in a lot of new opportunities for this group that perhaps you didn't realize were there previously. And it's going to bring in a lot of kind of like eye-opening information about yourself and about what's available to you. And again, some of you, this person coming in, this ex coming in, because I said there's 2 people for most of you, and somebody feels like they could be from the past. That could be just a wrap up. That could be closure. That could be you just really closing that chapter, closing that book with that person. Let's take a look at what we have here. So we have redirect your thoughts, focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not what you fear will happen. So yeah, focusing on what you want versus what you don't want, super important. We also have difficulties. Jealousies from others may serve as obstacles to the success of this connection. Very interesting. We started with envy. We also have difficulty and jealousy here. So pile number 2. Make your own choices. You can listen to someone else's advice, but ultimately it's your choice. Don't let anyone try to convince you or tell you what is right for you. You can, again, consider the advice, but ultimately it's up to you. Then we have overthinking. Playing negative scenarios in your head is creating issues which weren't there at first. So be careful, be present in the present moment, ground yourself. Again, for some of you, there are opportunities coming in that you don't even see as possible that I think are going to be very surprising in a very good way. So being present, grounding yourself instead of like being in your head, and I know that's easier said than done, can be especially helpful. We also have protected. You are safe and divinely guided, so you are being watched over. You are protected. Just know that. And then vulnerability, you can be completely open with this person. And that's kind of the trick to the success here. So what happens, one of the biggest things, and we saw that 7 of Swords come up a few times, be honest with yourself, be vulnerable with yourself and with the person that you are connecting with, because that's going to give you the best opportunity moving forward. And then we have second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. For some of you, you may choose the person that you've already known, you've already connected with, and you may choose to give it a second chance. And that could be what's healing. That could be kind of the heartbreak that is healing. It's you deciding to kind of go run it back with someone that you have already been with. Again, take the messages as they resonate, because for this pile specifically, it feels like it could be this or that. And then this is going to be a message for you, my viewer. It could have something to do with love and relationships, but most likely it will not. It's just a message for you. And we have Peacock Priestess. I am enough, mother, daughter, sister, lover. And we are going to read from the book, and this is from the Love Your Inner Goddess. Alana Fairchild is my favorite deck creator, and the books are always top notch. So it says, if you feel impatient for something to happen or worried that you are not accomplishing all that you want to achieve quickly enough, then take heart. The universe is working with you, not against you, to bring your dreams to life. Even times when not much seems to be happening are a part of this creative process, balancing out other times when energy becomes active and intense. What will be most helpful for you and your dreams right now is to rest. During that pleasurable rest, behind the scenes, some spiritual magic is going to be created. Pile number 2, that's the thing. Like, there's something between what you can see and what is actually happening, that there's some sort of gap. And there's a lot happening that you can't see happening just yet. Pile number 2, your affirmation for the week is all that I deserve is on its way to me. All that I deserve is on its way to me, and you will receive it. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, let me know what you thought. Let me know if this resonated with you in the comments. If you have any ideas for future videos, drop that in the comment section as well. Also, thank you for being here. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Lovers card, and this is from the Unfolding Path Tarot. So I'm going to place that right over there. As a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning, which is time-stamped below. It's going to tell you exactly what's going to be covered in this reading and the format it will be covered in. So I highly, highly suggest that you check that out. But let's jump into the reading. So we're going to get started by looking at your holiday energy, and that is basically the vibe that you are entering the season with. And this is the only group that got 4 cards, so you have an extra card. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, caring connections. Woman holding a coin. We also have rest and rejuvenation. And we have strategy. I'm actually going to do it this way. So, pile number 3, as far as your energy coming into the holiday season, your vibe coming into the holiday season, I think this is a group where there is a level of, this feels like the group that is probably having a lot going on coming into the holiday season. So I do think for this group, you are in a place where you have a lot that is keeping you busy. This could be a very busy time in your career. This could be a very busy time with any projects that you have going on, or with your business, or with your job in general. So it feels like this is a group where there's a lot going on, and you are trying to be very intentional about where you are going to, I guess you can say, where you are going to invest your time and where you are going to invest your energy this holiday season. I do think for this group, there is an emphasis here on spending time with loved ones, right? That could be family, that could be friends, that could be maybe if you are a parent, that could be your children. So there is that energy here. And I will say, for my pile number 3s, I do feel for some of you, you could be a parent, and, it's up to you. Maybe, it's up to you to keep that holiday spirit, or to kind of keep up with all of the, activities that come with the holiday. Or maybe you're the one that is hosting a get together, a dinner, something along those lines, because this group just feels like you are very busy. You are booked, you are busy, you are trying to keep up with everything that's going on. And it does feel like the holiday season is almost like adding to your plate and adding to your list of responsibilities and things that you have to get done. I also think that this is a group where your current vibe, like, entering the holiday season, is one of, I need to prioritize. I need to figure out what needs to be prioritized in my life in order for me to make the best out of this season, to make the best out of my time. And I do think that one of the things that you're really prioritizing this holiday season is spending time with the people that you care about and prioritizing those connections. I also do think for some of you, part of that could be like, you could be single and you're looking for your person, you're looking for someone that you can spend time with, someone that you can connect with. But at the same time, that doesn't feel like the only, I guess you can say, priority for this group, because I also think that for this group, some of you are running on empty. Some of you are just exhausted, and you are trying to make sure that everything is getting done, that everything is on time, that everything is the way that it's supposed to be, but also you are being intentional about self-care. And for some of you, this self-care, this like needing to prioritize self-care and self-love could come from a place of, maybe the holidays trigger certain feelings for you, or maybe they remind you of certain things, or maybe you have certain people in your life that can be very difficult to deal with around the holidays. But the overall energy here is someone who is very busy, someone who has a lot going on, someone who has a lot of responsibilities going on, and at the same time, someone who's also trying to remain present and enjoy the holiday season and enjoy the happenings that are what's going on around you. And you are trying to build those connections and to nurture existing connections. But one thing that I think is important is, for my pile number 3s, I don't think you're willing to kind of sacrifice yourself or your energy or your well-being in order for, there to be more outings, or in order for you to meet someone else's expectations of what you should be doing. And again, for some of you, this is a very busy time when it comes to either like running your own business, any projects that you have going on, your career in general. It feels like there's a lot going on, and it's almost like there's only so many hours in the day. And for my pile number 3s, you're coming into the season trying to figure out where you want to invest that time that you do have that is extra, or that is available. And for some of you, you are very much focused on the bag. You are very much focused on your money. You're very much focused on your individual success. So it could be like you're working an extra, maybe you have an extra gig or an extra job, or you could be juggling different sources of income that is helping you at this time to kind of either save up for something or just to make ends meet. So it's a very, very busy time for my pile number threes. And what you are doing and coming into this season, you are being very careful about where you are investing your time and energy. So pile number three, let's talk about your current love frequency. So where is your heart at right now? What's going on with my pile number three's heart space? What's going on with my pile number three's heart space? Where is my pile number three at when it comes to their heart? What's going on here for my pile number threes? All right, let's take a look. Pile number three, bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. I'm going to push those slightly over, and we'll take a look at these at the end of the reading. And let's see, what else do we have here? So we have Six of Wands. We also have the Four of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a group where, and we have, wow, 444 could be significant here. 4 is also about security, safety. It's about foundations. It can also be an energy that leads to frustration and boredom because it does talk about routines, and routines can sometimes get stale. But when it comes to where your heart is at right now, pile number three, I have to be honest, I don't think my pile number threes are super necessarily open to love, or you're not in a place where your heart is super open and super available. And that could be different things for different people. For some of you, it's because you're too exhausted, right? There's no time, there's no energy, it's not the biggest priority in your life at this time. For others of you, you've been disappointed, you've been kind of led on, or you've been dealing with people, or maybe having a hard time finding the right person could be the better way to put that. But for some of you, the people that you have recently connected with have been a disappointment to some extent, where you may just be feeling a bit burnt out when it comes to dating. So the focus seems to be elsewhere, and that could be on work, that could be on your finances, that could be on yourself, like spending time with yourself, prioritizing yourself, whether that is, going out, working, doing what you need to do, then taking care of yourself, then spending time with others in like relationships that are not necessarily romantic. But when it comes to your heart space, I do think for my pile number threes, there's a part of you that is very content with where you are at. I do feel like this is a group where you are currently at, even if it's not the ideal place, it's a place where there is a level of comfort and there is a level of almost like feeling safe within yourself and within what's going on in your love life and in your heart space in general. And I do think that that's why there's so many fours here, because for some of you, there is a level of self-protection, there is a level of self-preservation that could be getting in the way of you truly opening yourself up and allowing someone in. And again, for some of you, it's because the people that you have been connecting with, or kind of the people that you've run into recently, they've been a little bit disappointing. They haven't been exactly what you've been looking for. For others of you, it could be that you've been so busy, you've been trying to keep up with other things. There's just no time to prioritize a relationship or even finding a connection at this time. And you are aware of that, and you are kind of holding space for wherever it is that you are currently at. But I will say, I do think for some of you, there is a level of exhaustion in your heart space when it comes to like you could be weary of like, I don't necessarily want to like open up. Like, I think for some of you, there's that desire to find someone, to connect with someone, to have like, a holiday romance, or to have someone by Valentine's Day, maybe if you're watching this as I upload this, which is December 2025. This could be a timeless reading, so take it as it resonates. But I also think that for some of you, it's like, yeah, I like the thought of it. I like the idea of it, but I don't have it in me to actually invest that time and energy into this part of my life. So for some of you, your heart is exhausted in some ways, right? Like, I'm just tired. I'm kind of going with the flow. I'm needing to practice self-care, self-love, and I need to prioritize myself. I'm busy. I'm doing a lot of things. And that's what it seems like, right? It feels like there is a little bit of push and pull between what I want and what I'm actually moving towards, or like actually taking action on. There's a little bit of a difference there between those two things. And I think if you're watching this pile, you already know this. Like, I think if you're hearing this and it doesn't sound like you, it doesn't sound right, this may not be your pile, because I do think if you chose pile number 3 and this is your reading, you absolutely know that this is the case. You absolutely know that this is where you're at, because I do think there's a lot of self-awareness around this, and just a sense of like, I want this, but also, again, I'm comfortable. I'm kind of good where I'm at. Or even, I don't have time for anything else. So who or what is coming in? For my pile number 3s, who or what is approaching you this holiday season? So this could be a person, this could be an energy. So what is moving towards you this season? For my pile number 3s, what is moving toward, who or what is moving toward my pile number 3s this season? Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Ooh, okay. Let's see what else we have. We also have the King of Wands. We have the 7 of Cups, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so this is going to be an interesting answer. Pile number 3, are you ready for it? I don't know why. A whole song just ran through my head as I said that. But pile number 3. What is moving towards you, or who is moving towards you, is going to be up to you. You can manifest whatever it is that you desire. And I think for some of you, I think for a good amount of you, you are going to manifest someone. You have options, you have choices. It's like the ball is in your court, pile number 3. So if you were to decide that you do want to prioritize a connection, that you do want to prioritize meeting someone, connecting with someone, maybe even reconnecting with someone, that is something that you can absolutely manifest at this time. And I do think a good amount of you will manifest some level of connection with someone. Now, I do think that that person could very well have King of Wands energy. And this could be somebody who's very charismatic, somebody who's very adventurous, somebody who is very fun, somebody who is very bold and just entertaining, easy to talk to, someone who can be a bit eclectic. So they can have very interesting hobbies, very interesting ideas, someone who is very confident, someone who is a visionary. I do think it's quite possible for my pile number 3s to bring that person's energy into your life. And I'll be honest, I think for some of you, this doesn't, and take this one as it resonates, but for some of you, this doesn't even have to be something that is going to be a forever partner, right? For some of you, you may be in a place where what you are looking for is a little bit of romance. What you are looking for is someone to kind of go and have some hobbies and some activities, maybe some dates with. And I feel like that's quite possible for some of you to decide that that is what you want to manifest. And it could turn into more. It could just be just a fling. For others of you, you can choose to manifest something that has the potential for something more long-term here. But I think it's going to be completely up to you, because at the same time, I think some of my pile number 3s are just going to choose to manifest success maybe in a very monetary way or in a material way where it's, I'm just going to continue to focus on what I'm doing, on making sure that I am doing the things that I want to do. And that could be around career, that could be around specific projects, that could be around finances. So I really think for this group, what's interesting is with that magician being underneath the deck there and then seeing that King of Wands, that Seven of Cups, and that Wheel of Fortune is what's moving toward you is what you are calling in. And the question is, what will you call in? For some of you, it is somebody, maybe a reconnection, a fling of some sort from the past, a blast from the past. For some of you, it could be a soulmate. For others of you, it could be someone that you've known before, and maybe somebody that hasn't been a romantic connection prior to this, but maybe it can go in that way. So it really depends, pile number 3, on what you are focused on and what you would like. Whether it's something or nothing at all, that's completely up to you. But just know that you are the magician in this situation. So if you are meeting someone, if you are connecting with someone, what are their intentions? So what do they want or hope for with you? What are the intentions here? For my pile number 3s, what are the intentions here? What are this person's intentions with my pile number 3s? Bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Wands. This person is coming in hot and heavy, I will say that. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Swords, and we have the King of Cups. So pile number 3, for those of you that are meeting someone, it's going to depend on what your intention is when you are manifesting this person. I do think this is a group where this can be anything from like a little bit of a fling, a situationship, to something that turns into a long-term relationship down the line. I think that the intention is going to be different based on what exactly it is that you decide to manifest and what it is that you decide to open your heart space to, if that makes sense. So what are you manifesting? You're going to manifest somebody that has a little bit of like that matches that energy, that matches that same desire that you have. Now, I will say that for those of you that are manifesting someone, whether you are manifesting something short term or something that you ideally want to be something more long term, I do think that there is going to be almost like this energy of like fun and adventure. And if you are manifesting someone in this holiday season, I do think there's going to be activities and dates and things that you can do together, and you're going to be able to spend time together and enjoy yourselves, and also really get to know each other and get to really explore each other, like not just like by spending time with one another, but by truly getting to know each other's minds and hearts. And I do think that for those of you that are going to be either connecting or reconnecting with someone, there's going to be a very clear intention between the two of you of what you are going to, almost like what you are working towards, even if you don't know at the beginning what it is. Like, even if you're not sure if this is going to be something that I want it to be short term or long term, there is going to be a level of understanding and of like being able to discuss it and set the expectation with one another of what you are both looking for and what you are both open to. And I do think pile number 3, for those of you that decide that you don't necessarily want to manifest someone, or that you don't want to kind of put energy into someone else, I do think that you will be experiencing a lot of just self-love. I absolutely see that. And I do think that you're going to be able, like, it's going to still be a good holiday season. It doesn't feel like this is a group where if you are single or if you are, on your own, it's going to be a super heavy holiday season or you're not going to be able to enjoy yourself. Because this is about figuring out what you want and honoring that truth, honoring that desire, and allowing yourself to experience exactly that. But I do think either way, whether it's because you're connecting with someone or you're kind of doing your own thing, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for joy and a lot of opportunities to just really like fully enjoy the moment. I want to see what's underneath here. The Ace of Cups. And that's the ultimate goal for this group, is finding that joy and finding what's going to bring joy to you, right? Whether that is through connecting with another person or through connecting with yourself. Let's take a look at the holiday spark. So what is a magical moment this holiday season for you? So what is the holiday spark for my pile number threes? For my pile number threes, what is this holiday spark, this magical moment that they can look forward to? Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Three of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Five of Pentacles. So pile number three, I think what's going to be kind of a magical moment for you, or a moment where there's kind of this little holiday spark, this little holiday magic for you, is going to be that I think even though you are busy, even though you have so much going on, you're going to find time to truly enjoy the holiday season. For some of you, it's because you are connecting with someone else and you're kind of being able to spend that holiday magic, like go on these dates. I don't know why. I'm seeing a sleigh ride. Why am I seeing a sleigh ride? I don't know. I'm seeing a sleigh ride, like something you would see in a Hallmark movie. I'm kind of seeing just like walking down a street. It's like very nice Christmas lights. It's very nice, like just ambiance. There's a little bit of flurries, like snow falling, and it's like two people walking, like just a couple walking, talking, enjoying themselves. So I do think for this group, there's going to be these pockets of moments that you're going to be able to truly find joy and feel like you are fully present, fully centered, fully grounded into that space. It almost feels like I don't have to look at my phone. I don't have to do any of that because I'm fully enjoying the present moment, either with the company that I am with or with myself. And I do think that even for those of you where you decide that you don't want to manifest a specific person into your life, or like when I say specific person, I mean for like, a romantic partner into your life, that you're still going to have those moments where you're going to be able to connect with people that you love and that love you. And you're going to have those moments where it's, again, that kind of like that sense of peace and just belonging and being fully present and being able to really slow down and enjoy the present moment. But I do think for some of you, a good majority of you, I do think that's going to happen with another person, where it's just like losing yourself in the present moment and losing yourself in the company of someone else, where, it may be we go on a date and next thing you know, we've been out for 7 hours and it's nighttime and everything is closing and we were just talking. It could be we're having a phone conversation, or we're out on a date, we're out on a walk. But those are going to be the very special moments, those moments where life is going to slow down and you're going to be able to take a little bit of like that time out, a little bit of that break, and just really be present in that moment and enjoy yourself, enjoy the company that you are with. And even if you don't have company with you, it's you just being able to like, the best way I could describe this is if it was like a storm, it's like the eye of the storm. Everything is moving around it, but it's that calming center of it. That's what that feels like for my pile number threes. And I do think pile number three, With that Five of Pentacles here, if you've struggled like with the holiday season, if you've struggled with feeling connected or feeling like you are a part of a collective or the family or the friend group or whatever the case may be, if you sometimes feel left out when it comes to the holidays and when it comes to celebrations, I do think there is an opportunity this year for you to truly just find either your people or find the space that you belong in. Find the space that you are welcomed in, whatever that looks like for you, where it just feels like you're able to really enjoy where you are at and what you are doing throughout this holiday season at very specific like pockets of time. So pile number 3, let's take a look at what you're meant to open up to this holiday season. This could be emotionally, spiritually. What are my pile number 3s meant to open themselves up to? Let's take a look here. Bottom of the deck, we have that Ace of Cups coming up. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Sun card. One of the things that you are really being encouraged, pile number 3, to really open yourself up to this holiday season is the present moment. It's being able to exist where you are at without adding pressure to yourself, without adding almost like this sense of like, I have to either be somewhere else, I have to do something else. It's about like being fully present, fully grounded wherever it is that you are at. I think for some of you, I keep seeing like a phone that is being put away. It's almost like if I'm going to dinner, I am going to be fully present with the person I am having dinner with. If I am going to work on a hobby, I am going to be fully present while working on this hobby. If I'm going shopping, I'm going to be fully present while I do that shopping. That's what's coming through for this group. It's almost like really mindfulness and like really grounding in and being fully present, whatever it is that you are doing this holiday season. So I think that's a big thing. I also think that one of the things that you should really follow this holiday season is your joy. Where is your joy? Where is your curiosity? Where are the things that you just feel happy and grateful for? Or who are those people? What are those situations that you can just connect to when it comes to like experiencing true joy without it needing to necessarily cost anything or without it having to bring in a lot of pressure for you. So simplifying things, the simple things, right? What is going to bring me this sense of belonging, this sense of I am exactly where I'm supposed to be right now? And how can you cultivate more of that? And I also think that slowing down for this group would be very, very helpful when it comes to the holiday season. Like, yes, you have a lot of responsibilities. Yes, you have a lot of things that need to get done. But where can you slow down? Where can you, again, find those like 5 minutes where you're just able to sit and be with yourself and focus on your breath and focus on yourself or the person that you're spending time with? I think that's going to be a big thing. And with the Seven of Swords being here, one of the things that you are really meant to open up to is your own truth, your own desires, and what you need in order to experience that sense of groundedness, that sense of like being present, and that joy that keeps coming up here, that you are meant to experience this holiday season, right? Where do you have to set boundaries? Where do you have to say no? Where do you have to prioritize the things that will bring that joy and happiness? And how can you kind of move things around and focus on the things that will bring you exactly what you need? I think is going to be very important. That King of Swords, that being honest with yourself, seeing things for what they are, and also speaking your truth, right? Speaking up and doing what is right for you coming through is very important here. So, for those of you that are going to be drawing in a connection, manifesting someone in, what's going to manifest in this connection? How is this connection going to grow? Or what's going on here with this connection? Goodness me, I cannot shuffle. These cards have a very good card stock, which means they're going to last a very long time, but also they can be very hard to shuffle. So what's manifesting in this connection for my pile number 3s? Six of Cups. The Star card. The Two of Cups and the Two of Swords. So for some of you, when it comes to the connection that you're going to be manifesting, the person that you're going to be manifesting in, like the person that you're going to be manifesting in, I do think for some of you, you are going to manifest somebody that is a soulmate, someone that you are going to have a very beautiful romantic connection with, and someone that you're going to be able to potentially build something that can be long lasting. At the very least, there's a lot of like romantic feelings and sweetness and tenderness in this connection that can absolutely grow if you both choose that that's what you want. For some of you, you are going to be manifesting like your wish fulfillment. This is going to be someone who is going to meet the requirements of what you want, and somebody who's going to be able to really show up for you and give you what you want and desire, and you're going to be able to do that for them as well. But like somebody that you have the potential to build a very strong and long-lasting connection with. And I do think that that is going to be a good majority of you. And even if this is something that doesn't last a lifetime or something that doesn't last a very long time, I do think that if you choose to manifest someone in, this feels like something that would be very sweet and something that would be very like something that you would look back at fondly and something that you would be able to enjoy yourself. So for those of you where you resonate with that message, where you're very busy, you have a lot going on, and you may not be in a place where you want to, manifest necessarily something that's going to last a very long time, this could still be something that's very sweet, very tender, something that you look back at and really look at fondly and really enjoy your time together. But for a lot of you, there's a really big opportunity here to manifest a soulmate. And when I say a soulmate, it's somebody that you have a strong soul connection to at soul level, and someone that you can potentially build something very long-term with. But also, we do see this Two of Swords here. So for some of you, you're not going to choose to, have something super long lasting with this person. And for others of you, this Two of Swords is you choosing not to open yourself up to someone right now and prioritizing focusing on yourself. And again, pile number 3, if that is where you are at and that is what you choose, I hope you absolutely understand that there is nothing wrong with that and that you're not going to miss out. Because if you don't choose to manifest this person now, there's still someone else out there for you, or it could even be the same person just further down the line. And that's why that Seven of Swords energy is so important. It's about you being honest with yourself about what you truly want at this time and honoring that, not approaching this from a place of fear or feeling like, I have to give this a shot because I don't want to miss out on something. All right, pile number 3, let's take a look at the outcome of your holiday love story. So what's going on here at the end of the holiday season? For my pile number 3s, what is the outcome of this holiday love story for my pile number 3s? And one thing that I want to say, for those of you where this isn't something that's like going to last a super long time, I don't think there's drama here. I don't think that it's going to be something that is dramatic at the end. So we have the King of Pentacles, Six of Wands, the Fool card, and the Knight of Swords. So at the end of the holiday season, the outcome of the holiday love story for my pile number threes, I think you're going to be in a place where you are ready for some sort of new beginning. Now, for some of you, the new beginning is you maybe choosing to really take things to the next level or choosing to continue to explore the connection that you've built during the holiday season, and that is part of that new beginning. For others of you, I do think you come out of this holiday season with more information about yourself and you are feeling more confident. And for some of you, you are going to prioritize your work. You're going to prioritize projects. You're going to prioritize finances. And you're coming out of this holiday season kind of like you've got the bag, right? You've got the bag. So for some of you, maybe you choose to prioritize that over a love connection, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. And I do think that for my pile number threes, it's kind of split as to how this is going to go. And it really depends on what you choose. But I also think that there is a level of like you coming out of this feeling a bit more confident in yourself and feeling more clear of where your path is going to take you, whether that is you've met someone or maybe you choose that right now you need a break from dating and you need a break from love and you're not going to try to meet someone for the next few months. There's just clarity. There is just a lot of clear direction moving forward. And for some of you, you're going to come out of this with, more of like a financial or a career success. And for others of you, it's you coming out of this with an opportunity to kind of explore more with a specific person that you manifested. And that Three of Swords is there. Yeah. So for some of you, it's kind of you just choosing to open to love and doing some healing around that. And for others of you, it's you choosing different areas of your life where you want to continue to invest your time and energy in. Let's see what we have here, because this is an interesting pile. So pay attention to the red flags. Know the warning signs of what an unhealthy connection looks like. So pile number three, I think for some of you, you've kind of been dealing with red flags, and that could be why there's a level of hesitancy. But for others of you, just keep in mind to pay attention to what people are doing and what they are saying versus what they are doing. We also have unrequited feelings. There is not enough love to keep this relationship going in a healthy way. For some of you, I do think it may be that you choose a fling or you choose yourself, and that's okay. And maybe for someone here, what you are dealing with is that maybe there's still somebody that is kind of in your energy field and that's what you're kind of working with right now. And you choose to kind of do your own thing. Then we have love your shadow, accept and work with the flaws in yourself so you can learn to accept others as they are. Yeah, so I think for some of you, pile number three, it's absolutely like, I'm just going to choose myself. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to focus again on other areas of life. If I could pick this up. So we also have patience. Everything will unfold in divine timing. For those of you, especially if you choose to not manifest anyone, if you choose to kind of do your own thing for right now, again, you're not going to miss out on anything. And then for those of you that do choose to manifest someone, just going with the flow, being present and enjoying yourself, right? Not putting too much pressure and knowing that things are going to unfold as they should. Then we have integrity. Does this situation align with your values and morals? We did see that Seven of Swords earlier, which can kind of fall in line with this card right here. So again, making sure that you are doing what is right for you, not from a place of fear, not from a place of lack, not from a place of expectation, but what is truly right for you. And we have awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. And I think that someone, pile number three, is you. So I picked this card for this pile. Actually, I picked it for every single pile. But this card is meant to be a message for you. It doesn't have to be about love. So let's see what we have here. We have Queen of Hearts, and it says, love is my religion. And I am going to read from the book because Alana Fairchild is the best that there ever is when it comes to decks, and the books are always perfection. So it says, Queen of Hearts, your heart has been chosen by the divine to be a temple for spiritual light, an inner place where grace and healing can dwell. This is very special. A temple is kept clean and pure, scented with sacred perfumes of incense, made beautiful with our feelings of reverence and love for the spirit. Kept uncluttered and spacious so that as much spiritual presence as possible can enter. When spirit enters and fills the temple of the heart, things of extraordinary beauty take place. Even the apparently impossible becomes possible. Clear your heart temple with forgiveness, gratitude, and love for the spirit so it can fulfill its divine destiny of being a sacred channel for beautiful divine grace. I actually really love that pile number 3. And it makes sense with what your reading was saying. But pile number 3. I really like the affirmation for this group of I am the Queen of Hearts. And I know that there are different genders. I see the stats, so I know that I do have different genders that watch this. But I am the Queen of Hearts is the affirmation that's coming through for this group, for this pile. Claim it in the comments. Let me know what you thought of the reading. Let me know if it resonated for you. Let me know what else you'd like to see next. Pile number 3, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.